Let's see the good Yoshi skip. Alright, yes. So the question here is from a Space Belaine. Could you do an in-depth explanation of the new-ish Yoshi skip? The one where you just kind of run headlong into the tree. I'm still stuck on one of the older strats. And my reply to that is, it would be my pleasure. I dream of a day where everyone uses the Huff setup for Yoshi skip. Half hour on Yoshi skip. That's not good. Let me see if I can cut that down for you. Alright, so getting over here shouldn't give anyone any trouble. I shouldn't be doing it in this episode, honestly. Actually, let me go to episode 7 real quick or something. That way I can do it multiple times without entering the secret. I saved my position, so. Alright, so Yoshi skip. I suggest you do this if you practice. Either do it on episode 7 or episode 1 or something. So that, you know, the load zone is there and you can do it multiple times. Okay, so if you want to be like 100% consistent on this, then I suggest you go to the opposite side here and that you grab this ledge. Press L, because that will give you a perfect angle. See, now you're perfectly aligned with this edge right here. And that's actually important, because you kind of want to not have a weird angle. Okay, so if you look at this part of the tree here, you see how there's like kind of an M shape? It looks kind of like those M's that Shadow Mario paints, like here where I'm spraying. You kind of want to be like right here, like slightly to the left of the center of that. That's where you can walk into the tree. Okay? So that's important bit number 1. So then the next thing is that you need to walk in and then you need to hover back and grab this ledge. Now this is why that angle is important, because we are perpendicular to that ledge here, so we can hover up against it without like moving alongside it. And oh my god, what am I doing? Like if I do this, see, I just hover straight up when I hover into that edge because I lined up. Now obviously you don't need to set up on Jesus. You don't need to set up on this ledge to do that. You can just kind of eyeball it. But yeah, this is like the 100% consistent way. So you walk forward, you drop a bit, then you hover back, you grab this ledge, okay, and the positioning is important. So this is why it was important that we had that good angle. If I get like a, say I do this angle, right? And I do this. See how it like kind of moves me along the side of the ledge? I'm taking so much damage from this thing. If I do that, and then grab the ledge, it will pull Mario up instantly. I did not press A there. That's because you're getting too close to one of these corners. So you want to be kind of in the middle of this edge. So that's why the positioning and the angle and stuff are all important for consistency's sake. But okay, let's get back to this. Right, so now you're here. This is where you do the last part. You want to press B, and then you hold down. And at first, Mario will be sliding along the wall, and you can do a wall kick. But then, after a bit, Mario will start free-falling. And right after he starts free-falling, you start hovering, and you just keep holding back. And if your angle is good, you'll get into the secret. If you timed it correctly. So let's do that. Oh, shit. I was holding down, so he climbed up. Okay. Okay, my angle wasn't good. Now, that's okay. Because this is something... Oh, there's no 1-ups here, is there? Let's restart the level. I don't have any health. Okay. So the thing here is that if your angle is perfect, so if you do this setup with grabbing this ledge, and you set up this properly, now you should be able to get it by just holding back. See? It's important that you let go of hovering time, though. If you keep hovering too long, then you'll go through. You can backflip to get out. You just take 1 damage when you're practicing this. Or you can just use the position codes, and that way you won't take damage. But yeah. I'll demonstrate that. If you hover too long, see, you just go back out. So you don't want to hover too long. You definitely want to stop hovering at a certain point. But yeah, okay, so say that you don't want to grab that stupid ledge over there every time. You just want to do it fast. Okay, this is where the backwards hover gets a little bit more complicated. So let me go over here. So you can turn while you're backwards hovering. And that's what you need to do in order to make sure that you never clip out on accident. So you're holding back, and then for a little bit, you just tap down right. Like that. So you just slightly turn. Just a small turn like that. And that's all you need to do in order to make sure that you will get in the secret, as long as you're timing the hover properly. So this is definitely not a perfect angle, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to turn. You can see the camera turning there. That's because I turned Mario. And that is like the way that you get consistent fast Yoshi skips. You need to do that turn while you're hovering. And that can be a little tricky. You need to get used to that. You need to like get used to hovering backwards. But once you figure that out, this becomes really free. See, like, I'm just getting it every time. It's literally just 2 things. It's like you need, okay, 3 things, I guess. You need to learn this position where you need to clip. So, like, slightly on the left-hand side of this M shape. Right here. Then you need to learn the hover timing, which is pretty lenient. As you can see, I was really late there, actually, but I still got in. Like, you have a pretty big window to do that. And then you need to learn how to do this, like, small mid-air turn. And that's it. If you can do those 3 things, Yoshi skip should not give you any trouble. That is true partly. If you do a full turnaround, you can still get in. I don't suggest doing it, though. I think that if you do a full turnaround, you failed the skip. Because it's really risky to do that, and it's just not something that you want to do. Like, you can do this. Like, sure, you can do that, but it's slow, it's risky. I just don't recommend it. And doing the backwards hover is really not that hard. Okay, so to address your concern partly about not being able to see Mario, the camera shows you everything that you need to know. So, there's like a moment where Mario stops hovering against the mushroom, and when he starts clipping in, and when that happens, you'll see that the camera jerks a little bit. Let me show that off. Right there, did you see it? It was like a small jerk in the camera. That's when you know that you're starting to clip. So as soon as you see that small jerk in the camera movement, that's when you do the turn, and that's when you kind of like count down the hover. So like, okay, I'm gonna hover for 1 more second after that jerk happens. 2 more seconds, I guess. I don't know, that's closer. But yeah, like, that's how you kind of time it. That's how you know when to release the hover. That's how you know when to turn. You can time it all based on that. You don't need to be able to see Mario. And to time the hover, you can see Mario's silhouette. So instead of having his hands on the wall, he'll have his hands out to his sides as soon as he starts falling. That's what you want to look out for. And you should also notice the change in the speed of the camera as it goes down, because you fall a lot faster than you slide on a wall. And yeah, it's really lenient, the hover, to be quite fair.